And I'm thinking about it, I'm watching them all. They're praying to God and they're seeking. But here it's like, here's the answer. Right there, open up, right by the wall. I'm thinking, could it be something significant that the holiest place in Judaism is a wall? Could that be a spiritual message that there's a wall that's been put, that a wall between his people and Messiah? And here's the place. You know, in the Song of Solomon, it says, the bride says of her bridegroom, it says, my beloved is standing behind our wall. Interesting. And the word in Hebrew is, the word for that wall, if you go to Israel, you say, you want to go there, you say, where Epho HaKotel? Where's the Kotel? It's the Kotel. Well, in the Song of Solomon, it says, my beloved is standing behind our Kotel. And you can picture Messiah there. People are praying, and he's saying, come to me, come. His hand, just as Joseph would have been grieved not seeing his family, so is Messiah. That's why he wept. And if you love Messiah, you need to love his people, and you need to pray for them to come back too, because when they come back, you're all blessed. We're all blessed. So there, all these things. And I can picture one day, it's like Joseph, one day he's going to, at the end of the story, he removes his disguise. And one day, the disguise of Messiah is going to be removed. They're going to say, wait, this is not some God of the nations. This is our Messiah. I want to seal this, with a well. Joseph in the well, picture of Messiah. Joseph in the well. What does it say? Not just prophetically. Now, I want to speak personally to you. A dried well is a pit. Joseph went into the pit, a shadow that Messiah is going to go into the pit. When the Psalms speak, when you read the Psalms, it says, God, he didn't let me go down to the pit. It's the same word as this well right here. When it says he brought me up out of the pit, same word as this well here. Same word. Messiah, Most High, goes down to the most low place. Why? Because God's love goes down to the lowest of places. Tonight, one of the major networks, for some reason, decided to air a 2-hour special on the fall of a minister 20 years ago, attacking him, implying he should have no business being ministering today. That minister, whom I know and who has actually been here, fell. He sinned. He fell. But he's one of the few people who wrote a book called I Was Wrong. And he completely repented. And he thought he was finished. I'm okay, finished. But he went down to the pit in the lowest place. He told me he saw Messiah come to him at his lowest place when everybody had left him, virtually everybody. There were people like Billy Graham and Sid Roth who visited him there. But most, even his family, left, and he was lowest place, and he saw Messiah come to him at the lowest place when he said, I can't go on, and lift him up. Then he heard Messiah speak to him as the woman who was caught in adultery and say, neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. I've seen believers take up the same stones that the media does and rejoice when ministers fall. What faith is that? I don't know what faith they're following, but our faith is not about never having fallen. Our faith is about those who have fallen, like all of us, but in their pit they met the Messiah. And he raised them up again. Our entire faith is about grace, forgiveness, redemption. That is why he came, and there's nobody who's saved in Messiah who has not been forgiven much. None of us. That's why he came. Joseph ends up in the pit. Messiah went down into the pit. When Corrie ten Boom and her sister Betsy were in a concentration camp as punishment for their family hiding Jews from the Nazis, her dying sister told her, Corrie, you'll get out of here. When you get out of here, tell the world what we have seen in this camp, in this concentration camp. That there is no pit so deep that the love of God is not deeper still. That is what it's all about. That the Lord is El Elyon. Say it, El Elyon. God Most High God, but he is also the Lord of the pits. His love goes down to the deepest, lowest, darkest place. Because if you're human, you've been there at one time. You've been there. That's what it is about being. You've been to the pits. Some of you, you've been to the pits of despair, pits of hopelessness, pits of sin, pits of guilt, pit of regret, the pit of fear, pit of rejection, hurt. abuse, self-hate, pit of the defilement, the pit of bondage, the pit of loneliness, the pit of darkness. You've been to the pit. And when you're in the pit, it seems like it's the end. In the pit, you can't see your way out. You can't see your way out of a pit, really, only if you look up. It looks like the end. And then something happened when you were in the pit. In that pit, at one point, you saw you were not the only one there. You saw him in your pit. Why? Because he's the Lord of pits.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA.